Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar with my friend Kristen Davies and me. We will be doing many things. We have no idea what's coming, who's coming. So stay with us, and later you will be able to ask questions. But for those who don't know Kristen, my dear friend, would you be so kind to introduce yourself to our audience?
My name is Kristen Davies. I am also on YouTube. I started a spiritual group 1 year ago with my good friend Randy Brumley called Intuitive Angel Messages. And I am, I guess you could call me a channeler, medium. I chat with the angels, I chat with the archangels, and I chat with Jesus. I chat with deceased loved ones, spirit guides, and basically anyone high vibrational that would like to communicate with me. Everybody can come to me if they have any questions. And I am also located on Facebook. My story is basically started back when I was 25, and I became really unwell with ulcerative colitis. So that affects your large intestine. And my angel just opened right up in front of me. She basically came right towards me and came right through my body. And I went from crying at that time to completely just blissed right out. My emotions just went to pure love. It was so immense for me that I said that must have been my guardian angel, and then that began my journey in being introduced to my team of angels. Yeah. And so basically I've just moved along on that journey, and all of my channels of communication have opened over time. And so now I just say I'm just so blessed to be able to communicate with everyone on the other side.
So, would you like to share how would our audience be able to find you if they want sessions?
Yes, you can come and find me on YouTube under Kristen Davies. So that's Kristin. There should be a link below, I think, after this as well. And, the backdrop picture will have buttons to Intuitive Angel Messages if you'd like to join a really high vibrational, positive group on Facebook. And also, you can locate me again on Facebook with that link there, and also on Instagram.
Okay, great. And you can find me in the group, Facebook group, Spiritual Journey to the New Earth. There is this button on my channel. So, Kristen, Archangel Michael is telling me many beings are there with you.
Yeah.
And yeah, he would like you to start.
Okay. Awesome. Let's just see here. Perfect. Okay. And so 5 years ago, I was introduced to Jesus. I can't say I was brought up as religious as such, although I've been to church a few times. So when Jesus came to speak with me, I was like, and so since that time, this being of light and love has just been such a blessing in my life. Such a blessing. And he's here with me. He would like to first speak. And so I will relay what he would like to say, word for word. And he's saying, yes, he will start. He will kick this off. So I will go ahead and relay what he is saying. Hello, dear ones. Hello. It is an honor and a privilege to be able to communicate through this dear one, to relay my messages to you. This is done by way of telepathy. Kristen simply quiets her mind and listens, pays attention to the words in which I am placing into her mind. It is just that simple. It is just this easy to connect with my energy, should you wish, should you choose. This is a great blessing upon the earth plane at this time. There are many who will be focusing upon the lower vibrational aspects and interactions with others upon the earth plane by way of the news feed in which you choose to listen to and view. I would like to tell you a different story. I would like to tell you what I see occurring upon the earth plane at this time. I have begun the descent of my energy, Christ consciousness, to envelop the earth, and I will fully be here present with each of you by 2021. Yes, I am returning. I am also, my energy is also within one human body as well on the earth plane. And the remainder of me is now coming to envelop the earth. This is a blessed time, a very blessed time. So please remember these words. When you see the chaos and when you see the low vibrational aspects unfolding here upon the earth plane, please remember my words when I tell you that this is a blessed time. This is a light-filled moment occurring here on the earth plane. Now, why do I say this? Why do I say that this is a blessed time, a blessed moment here upon the earth plane? God, light and love, universal oneness, source, all that there is, all that there ever will be, whichever label in which you choose to use, is enveloping the earth. For the earth herself has chosen to ascend, to rise, to lift her vibrational frequency to a higher vibrational plane. And so those upon her back, living upon her back, must also raise their vibrational frequency. There will be no choosing or choice of not coming along with the earth at this time as she rises and as she raises her vibrational frequency. There will come a time when you may be experiencing some chaos and turmoil in your lives. And I would like you to please remember these words that are being channeled through this one at this time. Should you seek the light, simply ask out loud or within your mind. Should you seek your team of angels or myself, you must simply ask out loud or in your mind. That is what this one did. It's true. This is what this one did. Remember that this is a blessed time upon the earth plane, irregardless of what you see occurring or unfolding here at this time, at this juncture, and onward, and onward. Thank you, dear ones. Thank you, Jesus.
Wow, that was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I could feel the energy.
Me too. Very
Yeah,
much
it's very
so.
strong.
Very. Yeah.
Yeah, so I have Pleiadians here.
Mm-hmm.
They would like to talk about realities shifting.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's splitting, everything's shifting. Many of you moved to a different reality that you created for yourself in your previous reality. Don't be afraid. This will continue happening. This will continue next 7 years
Yeah.
is the period of time where we expect all of humanity to experience in a different way returning of the Christ consciousness.
Mhm.
And you will be shifting as you are already started shifting. Now they are pointing at me. There are two beings, female and the male and female is talking. So she's pointing at me, telling me that I already shifted 3 times this year.
Amazing.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
And you, Kristen, when you have downloads of energy, it's when you shift. So you basically shift twice a month.
Yeah. Twice a month. That's what's been occurring. Yeah.
Everything is speeding up.
Yeah.
Your perception of time will change completely in next couple of years.
Yeah.
We would like you to focus on your lower chakras. Many of you are focusing on your upper chakras because you're waiting for some kind of communication with us and other beings that will come when the time is right.
Yeah.
But for now, it's important to ground yourself and focus on your lower chakras. Now they're telling me many experience like sexual tension, sexual energy,
Yeah.
and it's all related to downloads and the event we're experiencing as energy waves that will continue. Many of you will decide to change a partner and you will not understand why, but that will happen. When that happens, know that it's because of your reality shift.
Mhm.
Your higher self is stepping in, providing you with options. So on an unconscious level, you're choosing to be in a different reality and you create that for yourself. You make that possible. And Archangel Michael is telling me many people are getting more and more angels.
Yes, that's true. I've been shown that many times actually during readings. Individuals are having more angels come to be with them and help them with whichever they would like to be helped with.
Yes. Okay. Now he's mentioning the political situation. Please don't be focused on negative things.
Yeah.
There are wars and there will be wars. There will not be any kind of global war. There will be no World War III in your near future. Stop focusing on that.
I hear the same thing.
Consider that as a game and
Yeah.
nothing else but a game.
Yep.
There are beings, and Pleiadians are nodding, who will not allow anything to happen to this planet at this point of time. You are
Yes.
protected. You're waking up. Many people will be waking up in next couple of months,
Many.
three,
Yeah.
3 to 5 months.
Yeah.
That could be scary for some. Surround yourself with those who understand.
Yes.
Remove yourself from the presence of people who have a low vibrational energy.
Yes.
There will be time when they will be ready to understand. This is not their time to understand. And don't be afraid. Many of you are afraid of death. He is mixing with someone. I have three different energies. It's Archangel Michael and Pleiadians and one Arcturian being. I think it's one of my guides. They are telling me what Archangel Michael already explained me. Those who ascended before, after their physical death, they immediately cross over. There is no light tunnel. That light tunnel is three-dimensional perception of what happens after death. Don't be afraid of death. When someone dies, when someone dies, they just have to say, I want to go home. I want to go back to source, or I want to go back to my higher self. That's it. There are no tunnels. Your angels will be there. If you're confused, your guides could come to help you. Just remember that there is no need to be afraid. Death is not death. That is just a continuation of your life in a different perspective, non-material but spiritual. You should spread this knowledge with people you care. Some people will be dying in huge numbers. Things will happen. Tell them to know that there is nothing to be afraid of. Hold that thought in your heart. Okay. Kristen, would you please continue because they're making me dizzy right now.
Yes, no problem. There's a lot of energy. I just wanted to say that, you're not alone, and that there are a lot of others that have awakened or are awakening, and that you're never alone, and that there are many of us here to be a support for each other. Also, the last thing I want to mention is, um, as you begin awakening and things become, a lot, maybe ascension symptoms, maybe you're feeling a little bit more anxiety, maybe you're getting a little bit of heart, chest palpitations. Maybe you're getting a little bit of nausea. Maybe you are feeling a little lightheaded and spacey. Maybe your sleep patterns are disrupted. Remember that grounding is so important right now. Most of us just sit indoors and we watch the TV each night, and we don't get out into nature as much as we could. I love to just lean up against a tree. That's very grounding. The tree's energy helps to ground me. You can have, an Epsom salt or sea salt bath. I mean, even a dip into the ocean would be ideal, wouldn't it? Or just stepping out onto the earth. You can mentally ask the earth or Gaia, please ground me right now. Please ground me. And also picture your red root chakra, which is lower down, anchoring into the earth. All you picture is this red coming out from between your legs down into the earth, and the earth will anchor you down. Also, you can use a nice palm-sized piece of rose quartz, and you place that down on your lap, and that will help to open your root chakra and anchor you to the earth. And so I can't express how important that is. As when I began awakening, I had such ascension symptoms. I wasn't sure what was unfolding, what was left or right. A lot of the individuals in my life that I love dearly, we just weren't a vibrational match, and that was okay. Um, I still send them love from a distance, and I still love them. It's just that some beings in your life you may be parting ways with, and that's all right. Just know that there are many of us who are here, and we are here to support one another, and to look at, look out for one another and support one another. You're never alone. That's what I wanted to say. because it's so important to ground yourselves at least 30 minutes each day. If there's anything that you could possibly remember of importance, it is to ground yourself and to, you know, be close with those in your life who are high vibrational, and focus your attention on high vibrational content. You want to be able to just keep yourself high vibrational. That is what is most important, because you being high vibrational is going to impact everyone on the globe. If you want to help the planet right now, you will house and keep your vibration as positive as possible. And that's listening to pleasant music, music you enjoy that keeps you upbeat, going and seeing a funny movie, you know, getting lots of rest and sleep, eating really healthy, high vibrational foods. These all help you feel good, and feeling good is so important right now. Okay, let me see what would like to come through next. Archangel Michael's here with me. He's right behind me, and his energy is coming into my mind. And so he is going to start speaking, and I will relay the words that he would like to say at this time. He's saying it is okay to feel uncomfortable at times. It's okay to buck the current. Just know that in the future, when you begin ascending and awakening, what does that mean? What does it mean to awaken? Okay, he's giving me a visual. Okay, he wants me to talk about myself. Okay, so all I cared about when I was younger is going out and having fun, drinking, having fun at the bars, at the pubs, and dancing. And then I go to my job, and all I cared about was working hard to get to the weekend so I could go out and, you know, go have fun. That's all having fun was a top priority in my life. So when I had health issues, that put the brakes on that, and that shifted gears, right? And then I had this experience with my angel that really was the beginning, I suppose, of my awakening. So when you're going through life and you don't pay attention to the energy around you or noticing much, you've got your blinders on. So Archangel Michael is saying that it's simply put, these blinders are on and will slowly be removed. And this isn't scary. This isn't like, what's going to happen? This is simply what's going to happen very slowly. So it's not going to be shocking or surprising or scary whatsoever. He says, go on, tell them what your experience has been. It's been very pleasant. It's been quite a journey. I often jokingly say, like, okay, I put my Harry Potter glasses on now, and you know, it's you're raising your vibrational frequency. So, you know, the people in your life that are lower vibrational, you're just not maybe want to feel like you want to hang out with them as much, and that's okay. You know, those processed junk food that you used to eat and all that sugar, you're not going to feel so good when you eat it, and that's okay. And you know, you're going to want to sleep more and rest more and take good care of yourself more, and that's really a good thing. You just feel more content, more blissful. I suppose you don't care as much as to what others think and their opinions, because you're following your internal guidance system more, and you know what's right and you know what feels right. And that's what's most important, is that internal guidance system within you, that nudging, you know, like when your chest and your stomach is open, it's saying, so highlight it, go and talk to that person because they're like-minded and high vibrational. Or if your chest and stomach is more closed off and pulled back, maybe don't watch that content on YouTube. Maybe don't really pay attention to that person's words. It just keeps getting better and better. Now, am I saying that I'm blissed out every second of every day? No, I'm not, because life happens. But consistently, I have been rising and raising, and low vibrational thoughts just don't feel that good to be thinking anymore. So, like when you have that old tape pattern that keeps going on in your mind, and it's very low vibrational. sometimes we can't get ourselves out of it. And I couldn't get myself out of that when I was around 30. I couldn't get my mind, I couldn't get my mind to stop focusing on, lack, thinking I don't have enough, boo-hoo, poor me, fearing and worry. And it was this old thought pattern, this old tape. So the angel said to me one day, why don't you just begin handing off these low vibrational thoughts to us? And I said, sounds great, because I'm getting done did in here. So 20, 25 times a day, that was my goal. And I remember handing them off. I'd be like, oh, I was worrying about money. Okay, angels, I'm worrying about money. Here, take this. And you can do that inside your head or out loud. They hear either way. That was a bit of a, my angels hear everything that I think and speak. Oh my God. That was a bit surprising. But they're in a very loving, high vibrational plane of existence that is just no ego and no judgment. So when you are handing off your low vibrational thinking about whatever comes up in your life, whether it's your own thoughts, or say you've got a problem unfolding in your life that you can't figure out, or it's churning, it just keeps popping in your head and it's bothering you, you're worried about another person, you want to hand that off to your angels. And why do we do that? Because our thoughts are energy forms. So we're sending that out. And whether the universe doesn't care whether it's a positive thought or a negative thought, it'll just manifest it. So we are creating our reality with what we think. Now, the beauty of it is that lower vibrational thoughts manifest slower than high vibrational thoughts. However, it is so important to hand these thoughts off to your team of angels so that they can take the thought form and transmute it into the light. They literally show me doing that. They show me how the thoughts get transmuted into light. And what happens, I'd say after about 2 weeks of doing this about 20 times a day, is they don't return. Things don't bother you as much. That fear, that worry, that doubt just doesn't return. And that issue that you had with that person or that problem in your life gets resolved. So put your angels to the test. Like, ask them, show me, and they'll show you. Whether you believe is irregardless. It's the asking that's most important. That is the most important of all. Okay, and now on to you, Alex. Archangel Michael's heading on over because he's an omnipresent being of light and love, just like the angels.
Yeah. No, it's Arcturian. Arcturian is telling me he would like me to talk about how does one know that one is on the right path? Okay, it's a continuation of what you started, Kristen. Yes. When you are on the right path, you feel joy, and you cannot explain why do you feel joy.
Yeah.
You're blissful all the time.
Yeah.
When you're on the wrong path, then everything goes down. You're questioning everything. You're worried all the time. You have fears. You have doubts. You have very, very bad dreams.
Yeah.
Because many beings are trying to connect and deliver a message about your journey, about your life purpose, about your mission, but many of you don't want to listen. When you're on your right path, then you're aligned with the will of God, because your true will, your higher self's will, is actually the same thing as God's will. That's why you feel joy, because
Awesome.
God is happy. God is happy when you're on the right path, because your higher self is happy. About belief systems. Many of you believe in hell. If you continue believing in hell as a reality, that could become your reality. That's not forever. That's not experience forever. But you could experience that. And it could be real, even more real than this life. So when Jesus was on this planet, he was teaching people how to stop believing in negative things, how to focus on love, how to respect each other, how to help each other,
Mhm.
not to perceive God as someone who's punishing you, because it's not God who's punishing you. You are punishing you. Your belief system is punishing you because you create your own reality not only during your lifetime on earth, but even when you leave your body, because you're still below, under the veil. Veil in this reality is between fourth and fifth dimension. If you have a belief system of hell and you think you're sinful, you could experience hell, and only that being that you believed that could save you from hell is able to save you because that's your free will,
Belief. Mhm.
that's your belief system. For example, when a Christian who believes in hell dies, telling me, okay, so like Orthodox Christians, Roman Catholics, they believe in purgatory, so there is a second chance. But for those who don't believe in purgatory, but only in heaven and hell, and they think they're sinful, they could experience hell, and they will not leave the hell until they call upon Jesus, because that was their belief system while they were in the body. So your belief systems continue following you after you die until you cross over. That's very important to remember.
Important. So important.
Heaven is also a world that you created for yourself. There is a different version of heaven or paradise for everyone, and not everyone experience heaven. Many don't experience anything of those. Many of people, when they die, just go straight back to the source. Some of them integrate with their higher self. Some of them decide to be someone's guide. There is, of course, this interview with your guides. There is a life review, but only for those who didn't ascend previously before coming to Earth. Those who had an ascension before coming to Earth, they don't always have the life review. Only if they were very, very low vibrational person, but not always. Those who cross over immediately after they die don't always have the life review because they already know everything and their guides know everything. So it's not required. There will be testing. You are all being tested and you will be tested in the future. Your faith will be tested. Many of you are light workers who are watching this now in any moment of the now. And you can ask God, why is this happening to me? How am I supposed to do this? Now they want me to talk about my experience. Okay, God told me that I'm supposed to move very soon. And I was like, are you serious? You want me to move? I don't have money for that and bureaucracy and papers, you know how it goes in another country. Uh, so he told me, I could hear the deep voice. He told me, my son, just trust. Everything will be provided. Let me worry about that. You don't have to worry.
Mhm.
Oh, he's coming.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, he's entering right here to my crown chakra. Archangel Michael is telling you, Kristen,
Mhm.
to continue, please.
So how I know when God comes to talk to me is it's all God is coming down through the top here, and I can hear God asking me. We can say God, source, light and love. Some of you may not want to use the word God, and that's totally fine. I never did. I always said source, universal oneness, really light and love. And God is wanting me to relay this message for each of you. And so I will relay that word for word. Thank you, dear one. It is an honor to be able to channel through you at this time, at this juncture, at this moment upon the earth plane. This is a wonderful time. No matter what occurs in your seeming experience, in your reality, missile strikes, bombings, fret not, for I am here. I am here for each of you. In truth, each of you are a spark of my energy. One may say you are a child of God, the purest form of love and light upon this earth plane, along with your animals and the earth herself. Soon, the time is near, soon, very soon. Many of you will begin awakening. This is the beginning of a mass awakening here upon the earth plane, in which will be unfolding slowly over the next 5 months. In 5 months' time, many of you will begin awakening. Many of you, and he's giving a number, which is starting at 1 billion people upon the earth plane will be awakening in 5 months' time. Know that you are loved. Know that you are cherished beyond all words, beyond all description. Sorry. The love that God shows for each of you is so immense that it brings me to tears. There are no words that can describe my love for you. Know this, know this. And I am always nearby should you need me. Please do not see me in the biblical term of what God is, for I am far more than this. I am far more expansive in a broader perspective than this limited version within the book and or books, such as the Bible. Amen. I'm going to hand that off to you now while I dry my eyes.
Wow, that was beautiful. Very intense energy. Whenever
Very
God comes, it's just so beautiful.
expansive.
And it's sad. It's sad that many people are afraid of God. And this is just related to what Arcturians said, because so many people are afraid of God and think that he's the one who punishes someone, that he's the one who says kill this one or that one because he did this and he's going to hell and I'm not going to save. And okay, Archangel Michael is telling me hold space for those who have that kind of belief system.
And you just
Love
send them
them.
love.
Yes.
Send them white light. Send the planet white light and love. Encompass the planet with white light. Even if it's for a few seconds. If someone is really bothering you in your life, send them white light and love. Just send them love for a few seconds. Just takes a couple seconds. And that impact is going to be huge, even if it's for a few seconds.
Exactly. We're changing people around us. So our family members, if we're close to them, our friends, everyone can feel this energy when they're around us. And it's us. We are raising the vibration of other people. We are doing that. And we have to trust ourselves. It's very important. Trust your intuition. Trust your guts, your instincts, because you have those. Everyone has the intuition as a sense, but not everyone trusts that feeling. Uh, okay, Pleiadians are stepping in. You are always guided. You are always guided. Your minds don't want to accept the fact that everything is inside of you. You're looking for God outside of you. When you think of Jesus, you think he's someone else.
Mm-hmm.
When you think of Mother Mary, you think she's someone else. God is inside of you. We are inside of you because everything is inside of God. There is nothing outside of God. Everything is internal. Don't look for God in the clouds. He's not there. He's over here.
Yeah, right here.
Always.
Always.
Ask yourselves if you have doubts, if you think of something, ask yourself, is this true? Should I believe this? And this, and that is God, will give you the answer.
Yeah.
Always.
Always.
Never doubt that. Doubt this.
Yeah.
Love
Bring
this.
this to here.
Connect this with your soul. Because your heart is in 3D perspective, a material manifestation of your soul.
Oh, I love that.
It's important to connect this with this. Then remembrance comes. You think, I don't remember I had a lifetime as a Pleiadian or Arcturian or Syrian or Lyran or Grey or Reptilian. Your soul remembers everything, but you should ask yourself, did you connect your soul with your mind? Because this is what doesn't remember, because it cannot remember, because this didn't exist, and this exists since ever and forever. So trust this, and this will catch up eventually.
I just wanted to add to that. There's two ways that you can live your life. You can go and take action steps and you can, oh yeah, that seems like a good idea. And then you just take off and you go for that job, or you move in a direction to go and befriend that person, or whatever action steps you take in life. There's just so many that choices and decisions to make in life. The way I used to do it was, oh yeah, that looks good. I think it'll be all right. Yeah, that seems pretty good. The wage seems good. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go do that. Up here. Yeah, yeah. And then the second way is divinely guided action. So that is this job best for me right now in my life for me to go forth and apply for? Sit with a still mind and feel it in your chest or your stomach. If it's open and it's highlighted, like go for it, do it. That's your internal guidance system guiding you. So now in life, 99% of the time, I'm taking divinely guided action. Why? Because my higher self, God, the angels, the archangels, all see a much broader perspective as to what is best. And I have complete trust and faith that my team of angels will steer me in the right direction. for the highest and best good for myself. Amen. Okay, so I have Jesus here with me again, and I am going to relay what Jesus would like to say at this time. Remember who you are, dear ones. Remember who you are, for who you truly are is a being of light and love. Come forth into this reality, into these, as Kristen calls them, a meat sack. I do call them that. These meat sacks, bodies, temporarily housing your energy within these bodies. But who you truly are beings of light and love. Here upon the earth plane, learning, growing, evolving, changing, ascending, and many of you are about to commence upon the path of ascension. And this is a blessed time, a great blessed time. Amen. Okay, it's up to you now. Yeah.
Okay, wow. Yeah, those are beautiful, beautiful messages. And we are learning every day something new. So my Arcturian guide would like me to speak about channelers.
Mm-hmm.
There are many channelers, and some of them don't trust themselves. So this is an advice how to trust yourself. When you start a session or a reading or however you want to call that, the first thing that comes to you, that comes to mind, but it's not the mind, but the first thing that comes to mind is a message. Don't doubt that message, because it's not the same thing when you think during the session, the reading, and when you're thinking in other times when you're not channeling. So when the channeling starts, whatever comes to mind, whatever emotion, just say it, because that's a message. When you're not channeling, when you're not aware of channeling, then you can question your mind. Is this my mind or is this a message? But when the channeling starts, everything that comes to mind is a message for someone. Don't doubt. You will learn how to trust yourselves. There are many channelers watching this. They have been doing this for a long time and they still have trouble of accepting that they are really delivering the truthful information for their clients. Stop doubting yourself, because doubt is not a positive emotion. You're lowering your vibration when you have doubts. When you trust, you're provided with everything. When you trust during your channeling, you're provided with those answers, with those messages that are most relevant for that client at that moment. Is stepping back. Okay, Archangel Michael would like you to continue.
I still have Jesus here with me, and it's wonderful. He's saying there will come a time here upon the earth plane where each of you will have to make the decision whether or not you will ascend. I highly recommend and suggest that you make the choice to ascend right now within your mind or out loud. If you are ready to ascend, if you are ready to raise your vibrational frequency to a higher vibrational plane, say yes, please, either mentally or out loud. And so will begin your path of ascension. Remember that this is a very blessed time upon the earth plane, one in which many here are observing and watching. Many beings of light and love are here in support of what is transpiring here upon the earth plane. Know this, feel this in your heart, and know it to be true. Know it to be true. Amen.
Okay, yeah. So Pleiadians are back about the ascension and the new earth. You are all witnesses of your ascension process. You're stepping into fourth dimension. Many of you would like to step onto new earth. The new earth is now,
It
but there are
is.
different perspectives of the new earth. Fourth dimensional earth is more close than fifth dimensional earth, but many of you will ascend to fourth dimension. Many of you are between third and fourth dimension. Many of you are going to fourth dimension and coming back to 3D world, and very few people during this lifetime will ascend to fifth dimension. Very few people. This ascension to fifth dimension could happen in next 1 or 200 years. Focus on your missions, focus on your light, love everyone. You're stepping into 4D reality, where everything will be different. Things are changing every single day. School systems, belief systems, political issues, everything will be different. You will be experiencing completely new realities. Not all of you are going to the new earth. Kristen and I are not going to fifth dimension. We already made that decision. We will be here to help others to ascend, to raise their vibration. I will be going back home after my life.
And I'll be coming back many
Oh yes,
times.
because this continues. The ascension process continues. That's not a goal. Don't think of the ascension as a goal. You didn't come here to ascend. You came here to experience life and to assist others. Remember, the ascension is not the goal. They're bowing. Okay, I had the feeling that it was me speaking through me, but it's Pleiadian energy, and it's so confusing. But yeah, there is a trust. So
You know, it's just like, it's just sitting in a place of allowing. You can buck the current in life. You know, picture a beautiful river, and you're in this little rowboat, and you've got the oars, and you're like paddling against the current in life, and where you get not too far, and you're bucking the current. And I remember my angels describing this to me. I'm like, tell me about it. And I they said all you have to do is just put the oars in the boat, and then the stream, the current of the stream will just gently turn the boat so that you'll go with the flow. And so that's really what is being requested. Just allow to God, light and love, your angels, your team to just help you go with the flow. And if that belief is too far of a stretch for you, then just say, bucking the current doesn't feel good in life, does it? So just let go. Just let go and be in a place of allowing. Just allow people to be as they choose. Allow certain situations to unfold as they may. Obviously, if you're being internally guided to speak up or say something, then do that. But I'm in a place of allowing, and it feels really good being here. And I just go with the flow. And what is the stream? What is the current, the river? It is the flow of God. So you can buck that stream all you want by not forgiving others and not forgiving yourself for this, that, and the other, and hanging on to that, person that crossed over. And you could buck the current all you want. But what God would like you to do is just to let go and forgive yourselves, and to just, come to that place where you just decide in life that your internal happiness is your top priority, and you can move little steps in that direction. If you can't get out of your own little world, go and help another person, go and help your neighbor, go and, help that friend of yours walk her dog, or go and help mow the lawn. Be in service and act of service of love and light to another. And then just let go so that the current can take you. I see Archangel Michael clapping, looking at me. And back to Alex.
Yeah, the forgiveness is so important. Yeah, because I've been having conversation with people who are very spiritual, but they didn't forgive themselves. They didn't forgive others. They didn't do their shadow work, the integration of shadow, confronting their fears, and they feel stuck. And that's because they didn't forgive themselves. They didn't forgive others. That's crucial for this journey, if you want to call that a journey. But yeah, that's so important, and we will be tested,
Well,
and
and
I
why?
will be tested, about the forgiveness. I had to forgive someone, and I'm being tested to prove myself that I really forgave them.
Right.
God knows that I did, but He wants me to believe that I really did forgive.
Well, and make that choice in life. Like, you can carry that luggage on your back if you want to. That's your choice. But boy, I just know how unhappy I am when I carry that luggage on my back. And what it comes down to is my happiness, my vibrational frequency. Do I want to carry that weight for the rest of my life? No, I do not. And it's just a choice that you make one day where you say, yeah, I've had enough, and I'm choosing
Yeah,
to forgive. And then you practice that. Just like, you just practice forgiveness. Your vibrational frequency and housing and being in that content and happy, positive place will become your dominant vibration. And that is essentially what it's like moving into the fourth dimensional frequency. And, if you feel like it's too far of a stretch to even see that, and you're so far there and you can't see that, it's just simply making, a request to your higher self and your angels that you would like to get there. You don't know how you're going to get there, but then they are omnipresent beings of light and love, and they're aware of all areas of your life, and they can work behind the scene of your life in order to ensure that your request of them comes to fruition. And again, I say, if you don't believe, test them, ask them, and then pay attention.
yeah, and I think now would be a good timing if you have questions, to write
Yeah.
down your questions. So Kristen and
Yep.
I will see who's
We'll
guided
see.
to answer. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. And please don't feel like, oh, they missed my question, okay? Because ultimately, when it's all done and said, your internal guidance system will answer that question for you. If you ask the question in your mind or out loud, your higher self, your angels, your connection to the divine within will answer that question. But we are going to do our best to see, with whomever has a question, feel free to type it, and then it is the energy around me that will guide me to whomever's question is there. Um, a lot of the time I'll have your guardian angel come right to me and get right in there and go ahead and okay. Okay, so what is your help that you're needing with your twin flame? Can I use? Oh, so many people are coming online with their light language, and it's just incredible. And this is going to happen more and more. You are not the only one. There are so many. And yes, when you speak it, Jesus is telling me when you speak this light language, you are actually activating. You're activating yourself on a cellular level, and those around you in which you speak it to. It's very important that you keep speaking it, um, um, and it's very healing. Okay.
Okay, so we have a question. Can I use my light language to help others?
That
How? I don't
one I
really
just
have
answered.
any understanding of it. Yeah.
I just answered that one.
Yeah, but uh,
Oh, you want to answer it too? Okay.
I think someone wanted to.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh, at this moment, many of you do not understand the importance of light language.
Mm-hmm.
Many of you are not ready to receive the activation for light language, but that will come with time. Focus on what you have been doing until now. And if you do speak light language, know that it helps. It helps. It's a multi-dimensional language, and it helps in so many levels you could not even understand.
No, we just have we are learning as we go, and I pay attention to what is being channeled, and I'm like, wow, I learned so much. And as you anchor more and more light within your light body within you, okay, so that's what ascension is. It is source, light, and love, anchoring light through your crown chakra, through your heart chakra, through your belly button solar chakra predominantly. However, you have many other chakras that it's going to be pulling in through. And as you anchor all this light within your body, wonderful things happen. However, there are ascension side effects, and this is why it's so important to ground. Okay. Okay. So I'm just reading your question. I have a chronic medical condition affecting my left gut that is intermittent. What might I need to do spiritually and in the natural to resolve this? You need to go and seek medical advice. They want you to go and get a scoping done, and that's that. They're dusting off their hands. I've had many scopings done. My recommendation and guidance for you is to please ask them to give you some medications so that you are not completely awake for that scoping. That is my guidance to you, so that they can go inside and really see what's happening, and so that you can actually have a diagnosis of what is occurring. Okay, and you go
Okay.
ahead. Yeah.
Okay, so someone asked, how can I help children? Pleiadians are here. You can help children understanding them. You can learn from children. New children are special, and they are here to help you and to teach you. Be there for them. Don't judge them, don't analyze them, just be there for them, and they will show you miracles.
You know, the angels always say to me, the most important thing you can do as a parent is to be present in the moment with your children. So a lot of parents get really busy. They're on the phone. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. So as much as you possibly can, you know, when you're with your child, be present with them in the moment. Give them your undivided attention, because that is what they will remember. And what's also really important, Archangel Michael is saying, is to not beat yourselves up. Parenting is hard. And it's so important to just go with the flow as often as you can, and to be present with them. Give them your undivided attention when they are in your presence. Okay. Okay, so Kevin is saying, I feel I've just had Michael and Jesus come into my crown chakra and channel information telling me I'm now going to be channeling them. I agree. Does Alex have anything to add on this? How often I'm shifting? Go ahead.
Okay. So he wants to know how often he's shifting?
Yeah.
That was the question. Because Archangel Michael laughed when he
I know.
when he wrote that first part.
Often.
Yeah. Once this year, recently, month ago or month and a half ago, something like that. And once last year, summer last year. Is there a beyond Christ consciousness? Well, Kristen, I think maybe you would
Yeah.
like to ask Jesus about
Why
that.
don't we ask Christ directly and ask? Okay. Jesus is saying, when we're here in this human body, we have a very limited understanding of the larger picture, and that's okay. And that's totally okay. So Jesus says how he would like to explain it is Christ consciousness is you, and it is him, and it is everywhere. It has always been and will always be. For we are sparks of God, and God is everywhere, has always been, and will always be. If that helps you have an understanding of that. We are all one. We are all of the same source, light and love, God energy. Just briefly, there was a lady asking how she can put some protection around her 20-year-old. Mentally ask for that. And so shall it be, and so shall it be. And that's all it takes.
Okay, there is a question. Is there a message to warm up the group? I just started 1 week ago. The group is called Why Not Start Channeling Now? You're on the right path, as you already know. You're a channeler, but you have issues trusting yourself. That has to stop because you came to help others. You're doing a great job having that group. Focus on your light. Be open to other people. Share your experience. People would like to hear your experience. Your heart is not open as much as it should be, because you're here to help others. Focus on others. Put ego aside. That's the mind. Mind wants to take control. But you, as a light worker, know that your soul came here to help others. So continue with this path. That was Archangel Michael's message.
Paris, you're asking, am I on the right path? Am I a healer? Your guardian angel's right here, boop, boop, right next to me here. And she is saying, yes, you are a healer. Yes, you are on the right path. However, your path will be slightly different than what you are expecting it to be. This is why you're feeling that, like, am I on the right path? You're moving in the right direction, and that's what matters most. And if you could please just allow your angels to just move you just ever so slightly onto an even bigger and better path. Bigger path, better path, more in vibrational alignment path, really. But yes, it is a path of which you will be doing healing. And you will help many, and many are in need of your help, guidance, and assistance here upon the earth plane. Speak with us often, please. You often wonder if they hear you, but your guardian angel is saying, we hear you. Thank you, Kristen.
Okay, we have a question. Will I eventually speak a light language? My Arcturian guide is telling me to give you a blessing using a light language, and after that, you should start speaking it. You will receive some kind of activation if you choose to, so I will do so. Amasiana kata uya kamana yana ala kawasamenea kata yama. Amasiana awa kaya kete mahania sawa ketenia kasirana. Namiena kata wanaya kanawa sene. Senyamani yana mania sana kata yakamona la yakanawa hasana isinia katawana. Awana yana katawa samane kaya kowane kaya setawanima. And you're now activated. Just speak. It will come. It will flow. It could sound like mumbling. Just go with it. There is nothing to learn. There is nothing to. No actions are needed for this. Just start speaking, and that's your soul. Your soul will remember the language, and you will start speaking it.
If you, I remember doing a channeling with Gaia, Mother Earth, and she was saying that if you're feeling like that nudging to move, okay, because there's a lot of people here with questions about moving and relocating. If you feel that strong guidance, I mean, undeniable, move. She wants us to go and reside in high vibrational locations. And that's really important. Follow your internal guidance system. Ask the question and see how it feels inside. When you ask the question, remember, as you're paying attention to how it feels, quiet your mind. If you're like this, I asked the question, but your mind is still busy and active, how are you going to listen to the answer? So the request is to ask the question, sit, still your mind for at least 30 seconds. You know how we used to do it in school when we go daydreaming and we had no thought in our mind. And if you can't feel it within your body, you say, okay, angels, a little louder, come in stronger, and then they will give you the answer.
Oh yeah, and I see a question. I've got to take a decision whether to leave or to stay, or what do I have to learn with this? I feel I can't handle it no more. I would like a guidance about my life purpose in this lifetime. Archangel Michael is laughing and he's pointing at you and he says you already answered to yourself because you said, I feel I can't handle it no more.
Yep.
So there it is. You answered to yourself because that came from your soul. That didn't come from your mind. It came from your
Agree.
soul, from your heart. Guidance about my life purpose in this lifetime, teaching others, teaching, stepping forward. Don't be scared anymore. Spend more time with animals. You should spend more time with animals. Spend more time in the nature. Change your diet. Children. Connection with children is very important for you in this lifetime. You will teach them and they will teach you. Okay.
How can we tell when this energy is going to run through us? Okay. Everybody talks about the event. It's going to be many of them. There's going to be many surges of energy coming, anchoring within your body. If you begin to feel anxiety and your chest is starting to feel like it's pounding, or also if you start to feel nausea or you start getting headaches or head pressure, remember in those moments, you can say, please, I'm feeling this way. Can you please ease it off? And 90% of the time it will ease off just a bit to make it more comfortable for you. And then the next thing you want to do is find any which way to ground yourself. So important. Go and ground yourself. Um, so, how do we know how often this energy is going to be anchoring within our bodies? How do we know? Okay, last summer, I remember channeling the angels, and all the angels were like having a friggin' party over there. I tell you, they were all dancing and they were like, oh, and they were focused on the earth plane because they were so excited about this light anchoring within our bodies, in within our light bodies, in our bodies. And they were like, they described it to me as we've come as humanity as far away from the light as we can into the darkness. And now we are just turning back towards the light, back towards feeling good and high vibrational and loving one another and having a high vibrational plane of existence. But this is a free will here, zone here on Earth. So it's so important that in this free will zone, if you don't like something, you got to let them know. If you need help with something, let them know. Let your higher self know. Let whomever know. Just say it. If you don't believe in anything or anyone, just say it in your mind. It's so important. That's your free will zone. So how do you know? Last summer, I was told that as I started this journey in September 1st, this would occur for 1 month. So you begin anchoring the light, then it can get pretty intense. I'm not going to lie to you guys and say this is like cupcakes and rainbows, because it's not. And then it goes for a good 2 weeks, and then it starts to come down on the 4th week. And that will be the first in 1 month. So if you're feeling extra anxiety and, holy moly, you got a lot of energy surging through you, that's okay. It's okay. And, just ground yourself as often as you can. Rest and nap and meditate and rest, because you're going through something monumental. It is ascension. It's so important to rest. And if you listen to the beginning, more in the beginning of this broadcast, you will see me explaining the ways to ground yourself. After that first month, okay, and of course you have to be ready. So if you're ready to ascend, you just mentally say, yeah, I'm ready, let's go, I want to feel good, let's go to Bliss Town, because that's what we're doing. We're going to somewhere that feels way better vibrationally, and it's wonderful. And trust me when I say these ascension symptoms are worth it. So you go for that first month, and then you're going to have a rest period because you just anchored a lot of light and you need to rest. So you're not going to be given anything much more than what you're able to handle. So it's like one foot in front of the other. Okay. The next following month, you'll get an anchoring once. Okay, that'll go for, from what my experience, Alex, I don't know about you, but like 5 to 7 days, about like that. And you might get muscle aching, joint pain. Your body might get super hot or it might get super cold. But the more you ground, the easier it's going to be. If you can do any tapping, if you can find videos on tapping on the internet, man, that helps to give you relief. I am allowing and accepting of this high vibrational energy in my body. I am allowing and accepting of this high vibrational. It's okay. It's okay to accept this energy and to allow this energy into my body. And you just tap away on these main points, and you can find these videos online. And then after you've anchored the light once a month, you'll go once a month, however long. And I leave it up to the light and love when you're ready to anchor twice a month. So then you will begin anchoring twice a month, okay? Your diet will change, the people in your life will change, and that's all okay because you're just so much more high vibrational and happier and more blissful, and you'll have new high vibrational people come in your life, and you'll want to eat high vibrational foods, and you'll want to rest and relax, and life is golden. It's golden. And so then you'll anchor the light twice a month, and then I can speak on behalf of myself where I've come to the point where I'm doing twice a month, and then once. So you got the surges twice a month, anchoring the light twice a month, ascending twice a month for about 5 to 7 days each time. And then you move to receiving a download. And so the download of light and love will come within and open and expand your chakras. And you just lie down for about 25 minutes and allow that to happen. And then you're just in a place of allowing. It's wonderful. So remember, ground yourself. And if it's too much for you, ask, this is too much for me right now. I'm feeling anxiety. And keep your thoughts positive. So if you have anxiety and you keep fixating on, say, this person really pissed you off or whatnot, just shift your focus away from those thoughts and don't watch the news. Don't look and pay attention to low vibrational things unfolding. Shine your light bright and high vibrational so that it will impact everyone on the globe. And then what will happen, correct me if I'm mistaken, but as you raise your vibrational frequency and you have high vibrational thoughts in your mind, you are then impacting everyone on the globe, and everyone on the globe begins to soften their mind, soften their hearts, and become more love-centered and heart-centered. And then you will see as things will unfold around you in a much more loving and high vibrational direction. But it all starts with you. All starts with you. Don't focus on what others are doing. Focus inward upon yourself.
Yeah, and Arcturian is telling me if you have to watch news, be aware of what's happening, but don't focus on news.
Yeah.
That's
Don't let your energy drop. You know,
exactly.
Get the information if you have to, but don't sit in it. And then don't talk about it and sit in it. I mean, you can if you want. That's your own free will choice if you'd like to do that. But just know that you're not helping the planet. You're not helping anyone vibrationally around you, and you're certainly not helping yourself vibrationally. So that's my guidance there.
Yeah, someone asks, is there more than one light language? Do they sound different? There are billions of light languages and they sound different. And when you speak them, you never speak one language. It's always a mixture of a couple of languages because we had so many lifetimes on other planets as another beings.
Just
And
observe.
yeah, and the other person asked, I had download in March. When will I receive another download? So your Syrian guide is telling me October. but that's related to Syrian activation. You've been
Mm-hmm.
Syrian, and you will receive some kind of code in
Yeah.
October.
But if you started in March, and of course, if you feel like you're ready, you can say, I'm ready. But again, light and love will decide when you're ready. Okay. So, like light and love, and I trust light and love. So just keep in your heart center and be in a place of allowing. But I agree totally with what Alex is saying there. Okay, so I'm just going to say some last words, if that's okay with you, Alex. And
Yeah, sure.
yep, and then we will just reiterate for those of you that haven't watched from the beginning, if you'd like to contact us directly, we'll do that at the very end. Archangel, Jesus, you know, these beings that we connect with, these beings of light and love, like ourselves, are like Jesus is my big brother in spirit. And I remember when he first came to me, I said, I don't want to talk to you. I'm not religious. And yet he said, I know. And he said, I don't want you to see me in the religious dogma sort of way. I would like you to see me as the big brother in spirit, here to help you. And it's okay. Okay, so I thought about it for a month. And then when I chose to step forth and begin working with him, I thought, oh my gosh, like, how many years did I miss out on on this? But again, it's all when we're ready. It's all divine timing. Like, when we're ready to ascend, we will ascend. If that's something that you feel feels right, yeah, okay, just say yes, please. That's really all that it takes. Um, just remember that this is a blessed time here upon the earth plane, and there are many wonderful things to come, including, he goes, da 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 da, my energy, which is going to be in full, descending and engulfing the earth and all of her inhabitants fully here by 2021. Yes, that's correct. Jesus, he, she, whatever you want, he, light and love, Jesus, the energy of Jesus, um, began this process last summer in the middle of 2017. Um, and so it's just building momentum, and we'll be fully here as of 2021. Why are you coming? Why? To help all of you. To help all of you. Um, hmm. He is the bearer of the light. He is the bringer of the light. He's going to bring even more light on top of what God's already bringing. And he's saying that this is such a joyous time. This is such a blessed, joyous time. He says, in truth, if you knew how much of a blessed time this is, you would be out dancing in the streets. Like, you would be like, woohoo, dancing in the streets. So, he says, please remember these words. So if you'd like to reach me, you can locate me here on YouTube under Kristen Davies. We'll have the links below. And you can also locate me on Facebook within Intuitive Angel Messages, which is a super high vibrational group of light and love. And or on Instagram as well. And off to you, Alex.
Yeah, I just received completely the same message from Pleiadians because they are connected with Jesus or Christ consciousness,
Yeah, very much
and
so.
they would just like to say this is the time of miracles. Focus on those miracles. Why would you focus on negative things?
Yeah,
Focus on beautiful things that are coming.
yeah,
You will be witnessing many, many miracles.
many.
And the time will come when we will show up and tell the story how we participated in your creation, in creation of humankind. You are still not ready to hear that, but the time will come when you will know the truth. Focus on blessings that are coming. They are stepping back.
Wonderful.
Okay. Yeah, Archangel Michael, he says, this was amazing. This was beautiful webinar. Many received required information. They needed this information. So he's very proud of the two of us for doing this. He's laughing and he's bowing. Yes, and if you want to connect with me, you can do that by joining my group, Spiritual Journey to the New Earth. And we'll see. There are some rules. You have to read the rules first.
Yes.
And Kristen is there helping me. So we'll see what happens. I I want to thank you for participating, for watching, for asking questions. I can feel your energy and it's beautiful and everything is growing and everything is shifting. Don't forget, focus on light and blessings and miracles. They're coming. Much
We'll
love to you all. See you
see
next
you
time.
soon.
Bye
Bye.
bye.